Biltmore hats, it's a name that most people in Guelph, if not all, are familiar with. And joining me right now is Eric Lyons. He is the president of Biltmore Hats. And Eric, we'd just like to say thank you for joining us.
Oh, appreciate you.
Now, Biltmore Hats has been a fixture of the Guelph community for 90 years now.
Yeah.
And obviously it has had its ups and downs.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. And we're just celebrating our 90th year this year. And it's just been a great experience for me, and I'm honored to be a part of this grand tradition of Biltmore hats. It's just been incredible.
Biltmore reaches, way out from the city of Guelph. You make hats for government agencies,
Right.
The police,
Yeah.
retailers,
Right.
and even as far as the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Now, how does a company that's based in such a small city relative to those areas, how do they have such a big reach?
Oh, it's just the quality of the product, The majority of our master craftsmen have an average tenure of at least 20 years. So when you look at the type of quality that is created here in the marketplace, the demand is just huge, especially since most of the product that we send out goes to the major metro areas in the U.S., and then Montreal, Vancouver, and Toronto, in Canada and other areas, but 75% of our business is in the U.S. And so when you talk about a quality product in dress hats, Biltmore is right on top.
Well, we've learned a little bit about the history of Biltmore itself. I think probably it's best if we go out and have a look at how some of these fine quality hats are actually made.
Exactly.
Okay, Eric, if you could tell us what area are we in now? We've talked about the hats, and obviously we're seeing one in the process of being made.
Okay, yeah. This is a Rain Away. It's a fabric sewn hat. These hats are sewn just like the lady was sewing the Mylan braid. Okay, these are sewn, and then they are being pressed and shaped right now. So he's putting them in the press, and these are steam heated presses. And he's going to press it for a certain amount of time, and then he's going to bring it out, and it should have the form or the shape that we're going for. The particular straw that he's working on is called a raffia straw. This is the type of straw that we make the Augusta golf tournament, the Masters golf tournament out of. And we also make Disneyland's hats out of the same type of straw. So he's pressing one, and he'll show you, I believe it's going to be on the shape of the Masters golf tournament style hat. Okay. This is the straw area, the straw pressing area. So now, as you can see, this is a traditional fedora style Rain Away, and it's called Rain Away because it's kind of used as a rain hat.
Now, I see a mold there. Is that one of the... Now, were those the molds you were talking about earlier that you had to go to have made?
Right.
Okay.
But these are wooden blocks and wooden plugs that go down inside of the hat. The other section is made of aluminum that is heated, and that's what actually gives the hat the shape from the heat and the aluminum.
Well, I'm now holding the final product before this process here, and the before product, and it is very obvious as well to the touch as well of how much a difference it makes in smoothing the hat out.
Right.
Now, from this area, where does the hat go next?
It will go back over to the pressing, and will be given a particular shape, whether it's a teardrop crown shape or whether it's a pork pie shape, and then that's where it goes back to the pressing.
Okay, Eric, what section are we in now, or importantly, what step in the process are we at?
Okay, this is the curling process, and this process enables the brim to have its curl, or so that you can break the brim down.
Yep.
Okay. So she's putting the curl on the brim so that it has that flexibility, so that whether you want to wear it up or wear it down. Yeah. So without that curl, you won't get that good snap, snap on the brim.
I noticed they're being, like you mentioned, it's being curled in. Are they also cut in this area as well?
Yes. This area, and there's another area over there where the brim is actually cut down to size. whether it's 2.5 inches, whether it's 2 1/4, or 1.5 inches, which is small brims.
So to this point, the hats have been shaped, the brims have been cut. What area are we looking at now?
Okay, Florence has prepared the leather sweatbands. She's already cut them, and she's sewing the ribbons onto at the back of the sweat band, and they're being ready to be placed into the hats. So this is what is going on right now. She's tacking on the little bow onto the end of that lets you know the rear of the hat, the little bow that's inside the leather sweat. So, and then from this particular area, we're going to go over here to where Maria is actually doing a binding, or she's actually sewing the sweatband into the hat.
Okay. Now with the sweatband itself being sewn into the hat, is there one particular material, or does it vary depending on the hat?
It varies on the order.
Okay.
If they so desire, they can have a softer band sewn in, or they can have the leather sweatbands. The leathers are for particular sizes: 7 1/4, 7 3/8, 7 1/2. Where there's other sweats that are sewn in, like terry sweats or Von Bauer sweats, that will allow you to have a small, medium, large, and extra large.
Okay. So essentially all like things like that, it's all interchangeable then depending upon the order?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So the sweats have been prepared, and then the next step would be for the sweats to be actually sewn into the hat. Whether it's terry cloth, like the OPP in particular, they have a terry cloth. A lot of the golf hats, they have a terry cloth to fit small, medium, large, extra large, and so on. And most of the dress hats have a leather sweat for 7, 7 1/8, and they're incremental sizes: 7 1/8, 7 1/4, 7 3/8, like that.
So the area we're now looking at, it would be.
This is the flanging area.
Okay.
Yep.
And what's being done in this area?
Okay. After the sweats, the leather sweat has been sewn in, and the brims have been cut down, and the binding has been put on, the hat gets handled so much, the brims by the brim, that now this is a final step for the brim. Okay. So it's called flanging, to give it the proper curl, the last touch, finishing touch on the brim, so that the brim will have a crisp snap to it. So this is what's being done right here.
And if I'm not mistaken, this area here is where the ribbons are prepared. Okay.
Cut down to size and sewn into, whether it's a 3-pleat, whether it's a wingtip bow, or whether it's a double bow, single bow. All of these grosgrain ribbons are prepared over here for a custom order. And she's cutting the ribbons down, and she's getting the bows prepared, and then the bows get sewn and tacked together over here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we've seen the ribbons being cut, and this is the area where they are now being placed inside the hat then.
Yep, the ribbons were cut. Now they've already been tacked onto the hat, and now she's putting a lining, like a nylon or silk lining, on the interior of the hat for them to go to inspection.
So it looks as though, Eric, that we're almost near the end of the road here.
Yep.
This, I'm guessing this is the inspection area.
Exactly. Yep. This is where the final inspection is done. She's blowing off the fur felt, getting all the spots and specks and different things, lint, different things off the hat. She's checking the brim to make sure that the brim snaps properly. Then she's going to add the feather to the brim, and the hat is just about ready to be placed in the box. She covers it with the cellophane to protect the fur felt, and then then the next step is for a pin, the logo, the pin logo, and then it goes into the individual box, Biltmore box, hat boxes.
So we have a Biltmore ready to be shipped.
That's right.
And we're here now in the outlet store where there are many hats, very colorful ones as well. And as well, we have behind us the museum area, which hasn't been open for too long.
Right, about a year and a half.
All right. And if maybe you could show us some of the things that are in here.
Okay, sure. Yeah. We thought it would be good just to put some of the relics, some of the older things that were just lying around the factory or the plant, to put them all together and create a miniature museum. And as well, some folk have, from the community and surrounding areas, have donated certain items to us.
Well, obviously there's a very storied past here with Biltmore hats, and like you mentioned, obviously the future looks very bright as well. Eric, it's been a pleasure. Just like to say thank you for showing us around, and it's been a very interesting tour.
Quite a variety of hats that they have there at Biltmore. Did you get a chance to try any on?
I did, Laura. At the end of the interview, I actually went into the retail store, tried on a number of different hats they have there, and might I say, looked good in each of them. And then we went and looked at the museum area. They have a lot of interesting information and items there, looking at the history of Biltmore. And of particular interest to me was the area where they talk about Biltmore's relationship with hockey in the city of Guelph. A lot of people might remember the Guelph Mad Hatters and their relationship with Biltmore. And it was really interesting, and if you want to learn more about that or check some of those things out, you can go to Biltmore's website, and they have a lot of information about that on their website.
Excellent.